Well, good evening, Campfire crew. What? Did y'all hear that goose? This Tony and Stella and that goose checking in from the lodge. Hey, we had an opportunity this morning to go to Luverne, Alabama, which is south of Montgomery and not too far off of the Florida line, and bought a skillet. My God, have you ever drove almost 2 hours to buy a skillet? I want you guys to look at that machine right there. This is a deep BSR skillet for chicken frying and things like that. Deep, beautiful skillet. It is a very prized possession as far as Campfire and Countryside goes. So we had a young lady that subscribed to the channel named Miss Sue. Miss Sue, how you doing?
I'm good. Even on a dreary Sunday morning, it's a good day.
And it's a little bit cool out here.
It is.
Look at her shirt. Let me get over here and zoom it in.
That is a good looking shirt.
Let me zoom it in. There you go. All right, turn around. Let me see the front. Look at that. All right.
Well, Miss Sue, we appreciate you having us down, and we're going to go inside and look around.
Sounds good.
Sue was kind enough to put some pictures on the Facebook page of the place that she works at, which is an antique mall. And they happen to be open today, and I happened to see this beautiful piece of cast iron, and it was trip on. So Catherine and myself went to Luverne, bought a couple of pieces of cast iron, and I'm going to show those to you. But the one that I'm extremely proud of, the one that I love a lot, is this big deep skillet. So it's a BSR skillet. I didn't know BSR made deep skillets. So let's cook something in that big skillet. I just got it washed. It's already seasoned. It's beautiful. So let's cook something in that thing, and let's have something for supper. Okay, so I looked around in the refrigerator and out in the lodge and to see what we have, and we have enough stuff to make a good hobo stew. Okay, so let's cook a hobo stew. It's been a week since we cooked something that was really good, and I don't mean just good. I mean, let's cook something that's country good. Okay, we are going to keep this simple. So we've got a potato, and I want y'all to look what we have right here. We have a pound of ground venison that a friend of ours gave us that was processed at a meat processing plant not too far from here. So we're going to use venison inside of this hobo stew, and it's going to be amazing. And we're going to cook it up, and we're going to cook our meat up inside of this skillet, and then we're going to cook our whole hobo stew up inside of a freshly seasoned Dutch oven. So let's get this thing cut up. And we are not going to peel this potato. We're going to leave the skin on the potato. We're going to make the chunks reasonably small for cook time. Okay, we're gonna put just a little bit of olive oil in our skillet. We are going to keep this simple with only a few seasonings. Y'all know I'm not real big on putting a whole bunch of different spices. A little bit of salt. Gotta have some black pepper. And a little bit of minced onions. You can use onion if you choose. We'll show you the potatoes. Oh, they smell good. Okay, we're gonna let that finish simmering for just a few minutes, and we're gonna start mixing it together. The potatoes are doing well. We cut them in small pieces so they would cook down faster. This meal only takes about 20 minutes to cook. Real quick, while that's cooking, I want to show you two pieces of cast iron that we got with that big BSR skillet. One of them is some type of pot. So I read that it was a cowboy pot. I've read that it's possible Griswold with a handle. And I've also, it has a pour on each side. So it's definitely something like a camp pot or a cowboy pot, or maybe some type of bean pot. But this thing is awesome. It's beautiful on the outside. It's country fresh on the inside. The inside's got a lot of work, but we know somebody that can handle that. The other piece that we got, I have never saw an oval piece of cast iron, and it's totally unmarked, so it's super old. So cast iron enthusiast, if you guys know what this is, y'all drop me a line or leave me a message down in the comment section. Now, what I did read, or what I could find, it says that it's like a melting pot. So people would put butter in here, or they'd put lard or something like that and melt it inside of here, or use this container to melt it with. I would almost think that the day's coming that we're going to cook us a small meal in this little thing, because it is awesome. I have never saw an oval shaped cast iron pot. We love this thing. We love the cowboy pot. Let's get back in here before we burn supper up. Okay, we have added our venison in with our potatoes. Do y'all see what that looks like, how beautiful that is? So now we're gonna add 1 can of baked beans. There's only gonna be 4 things added. You can't have hobo stew without beans. Can y'all hear that cow? And we're going to add 1 can of pinto beans. Oh, pinto beans. Okay, we got the heat cut down, and we're going to let that simmer for maybe about 15 or 20 more minutes and make sure that we keep it stirred. All right, Campfire crew, the hobo stew is done. So there's a lot of meat and potatoes in here. And just throwing this out there, you guys have ever heard the phrase, I want the meat and potatoes of the thing? So regardless what subject it's talking about, the meat and potatoes is the base, or it's the filling part, or it's the part that you desire. So in our stew, we have plenty of meat and plenty of potatoes. We added actually 4 ingredients in this. Simple to make. It's not chili. It's definitely not chili. It's hobo stew. So in the day, they would just add whatever they had into the pot to cook a good stew. Our stew consists of venison, of ground venison. It has potatoes. It has a can of baked beans, because I love the taste of baked beans. And it has a can of pinto beans. So it'll be tomorrow before you can eat this. It's so hot. But man, it looks good. Y'all wouldn't believe how good that smells. The meat and the potatoes. Tell you what we're going to do is put a little bit of Frank's Red Hot. So y'all add your Frank's or whatever you want to your meal with what's good to you. We're going to add just a little bit. Got a little bit of potato. Can y'all see it raining? Wow. That is really good. On the back end of the bite, you can taste a little bit of that like smoke flavor out of those baked beans. Good, good. All right. Life's an adventure. Don't get caught sitting at home. I said we wanted to cook something that's not just good. We wanted to cook something that's country good. So me and Stella have our country good meal ready to go. Y'all should be out here in the lodge with me and Stella eating something that's country good.